What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Pro Gamer Manager, the Moba Manager Mode. This is episode 17 now. We're getting close to that big 20, which seems to be about the time when most of the playthroughs I've at least done so far have kind of come to their conclusions. What happened in the last part? Last part, we're 6-0 so far in Esports League 2. Going into game number 7 right now, which would be halfway through the season. If you don't know by now, it's kind of weird that you're showing up at episode 17 of a series to start watching. But hey, if it's your first episode checking it out, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, but what's happened? We're 6-0 so far. We finally qualified for a U.S. major, which is insane. It took us so long, and I'm gonna try and not like rant on about my feelings about the way the international tournaments work in this, just because I've ranted on about it literally every single time we've actually had a match that's an international, that we've gone to one of those tournaments. But yeah, finally made it to a major, which who knows, we might sit and waiting to get into like the big leagues forever, but who knows. But getting out of the US Open and into that major was a really big step, in my opinion, and I'm not really sure why. Like, we didn't win, right? We didn't win, so technically we shouldn't have qualified. We finished in 4th place, so I'm not really sure why we qualified, but we did. Maybe it's because we just played enough of them, and the game's like feeling sorry for us. It's like, dude, okay, we see you've played a heck of a lot of these. You know what? We're gonna go straight into the U.S. major. We're not even gonna play around. We're going right in. Right? Estimated spectators 100,262 people. Pretty cool. It's a USA. It's a national major, FOBA championship, professional difficulty. The other one was amateur difficulty, and we couldn't manage to do anything. So I don't know. Excuse me. I honestly have no idea what to expect out of this. But we're just gonna go ahead and give it the old college try, and you know, put our best foot forward and see what can happen. We may just lose right away, and if we do, it is what it is. You know, wouldn't be something new for these tournament formats, would it? Nope, not at all. And guess what? We lost, but you know, at least we took 2 games off of them. And all right, in a professional scene, at least we took 2 games off of them. Who knows? This may be a situation where we just kind of have to wait until we max out every single one of our players and then go from there. And then just see exactly what that does for us. You know, and hopefully it ends up good, I guess. But I guess we're just gonna, I really wish, and I've said this one before, but this isn't gonna be a rant, guys, okay? Don't worry, alright? I know you guys are like, oh my god, he's gonna go on a rant again about the formats or whatever. No, the only thing I would really like to see is like something where you can skip this if you've already lost. Because like at this point, I don't care about any of these teams. All these teams are just random names. So I don't really care about any of them or how good they do or anything like that. So I would really like to just be like, skip, so that I don't have to sit here waiting for this to end. But you know, oh well, I guess we can see if Team BB, the guys who beat us, are gonna go and win the whole thing. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. There's only one way to find out, and that's just sit here and wait for it to finish. But 7-0 right now in the in league matches. That's pretty good. I'm very excited about it. I know I've talked about it in the last one that I really wish it wasn't like this all the time, right? Where it gets to this point where your team is just so good that you'd never lose anymore, right? You just never lose again. Excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. But yeah, it's like you win. Your team gets to a certain point where they just never lose anymore, and I feel like that's the point we've gotten to, right? where the team is like, there is no way that we're going to lose to anyone, which is really frustrating. Well, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I've started playing the game Hearts of Iron 4 recently, right? Which came out, I think, like a week or two ago, or something like that. And if you guys have never played the Hearts of Iron series, it's a ton of fun. It's a Paradox game, so it's that style of game, right? So it's definitely something you have to play for a little while to get the grips of. But the thing I really enjoy about Hearts of Iron 4 versus what I've seen out of Hearts of Iron 3 and Hearts of Iron 2, I never played the first one, but I played 2 and 3 a lot, and 3 kind of tried to do this as well, is they've kind of tried to make it simplify the game a little bit, and I think Hearts of Iron 4 has hit the sweet spot, right, where it took a long time, I'd say probably for me to learn actually how, like, not to be horrible, and I'm not saying, like, be super, super good, I'm saying not to be really bad. It probably took somewhere around, like, 10 to 15 hours, or maybe even more, like, maybe 15 to 20 hours of playing the game in Hearts of Iron 2, just to kind of get all the nicks, and I'm not talking, like, learn the absolute basics, because obviously that doesn't take very long, right? But, like, to get everything down, like, learn all the kind of starting things, what you should do at the first bits, and all that kind of stuff. It took probably, 10 to 20 hours, somewhere around there, I don't know, something like that. Hearts of Iron 3 was probably a bit less. It was probably more like 10 hours, but Hearts of Iron 4, in my opinion, if you've played the games before, you kind of can just, like, jump into the game, because it's very, it's got all the stuff you would expect to have, but it kind of, like, simplified the UI for all the things that were a little bit annoying to do, right? At the moment, there's no espionage, which I really would like to see them add in a DLC sometime, but things like, the actual combat is so much better in Hearts of Iron 4 than it was in Hearts of Iron 3, right? Hearts of Iron 3, like, the combat, the AI was stupid so many times. Like, you had to literally watch everything the AI did, because they would do dumb things, right? And that's kind of the point of Hearts of Iron, has always been kind of, you have different generals, right? Different generals, and you kind of are the overall watching over it all, but you're not like, it's not like Crusader Kings where you're directly controlling these armies, because the battlefield is so big, right? Because it's World War II, right? And World War II's got so many different variables that add in. You have, and because it has to do with World War II, there's a lot of things that has to do with production that adds into that game, right? And I feel like this whole episode is just going to be a big my feelings on Hearts of Iron, but seriously, if you have not checked this game out, please go check it out, because I can't stop talking about it, because it's so much fun. Like, I just got it, and obviously, the day that this will go out, I would have gotten it 2 days before that point, right? So guess what, if you want to calculate when I recorded this video, guess what, it was the day before this video goes out, so for you guys, yesterday. Whoa, better watch out. But that's just kind of how I like to. If you're new to the channel and you don't know how I like to do this series, at least the Pro Gamer Manager stuff, I like to record them pretty close to the time that they go out. Like, maybe I'll do 1 or 2 in a batch, but usually they're, like, pretty close, because I like to see what you guys put in the comments, because I like to ask questions and things like that in the video, and then see what you guys put in the comments, so that I can then respond to it in the video. And kind of have a little bit more interaction. That's how I like to do it, at least. With a lot of other series that are multiplayer and stuff, it's not quite the case, because you just kind of, like, I just record it in huge batches and go from there. But, yeah, so, I don't know if I really want to, like, I'm sure none of you guys really want to hear me talk about Hearts of Iron 4 any more than I am at the moment. But, yeah, like, the game is just really really fun. Like, but yeah, so with Hearts of Iron, you know, it's like you're doing it like that. But I think as far as like how long it took me to actually like get everything down to the point where I knew what to do, when, exactly how to do it, it probably only took me like 2 hours. And that's really good for a Paradox game. So if you guys haven't already, I'm gonna say this for like the third time, please go check out Hearts of Iron, because it's a lot of fun, right? And I'm probably not gonna go do a series on it just because I'm not very good at the game, so I don't want to like have you guys like pull your hair out watching someone who's really bad at the game actually try and play the game. And yeah, you know, it's I know you guys really enjoy these kinds of games, and from viewership and things like that, things like the Paradox games were not as popular as maybe I would have liked, or, you know, whatever. But it's kind of a strange thing that you do here, right? Because I make these videos because I enjoy them more so than because you guys enjoy them, if that makes sense. Like, I really care about what you guys feel and what your opinions are. That's why I ask, right? If I didn't care, I would never ask your opinion or never ask for anything, right? But I really do. But at the same time, you know, with the ending of the Total War series yesterday, you know, it also plays a big role in the fact that I want to enjoy doing it as well. I don't want to do it just because I feel like I have to. That's never why I want to do this. That's never why I started doing this, right? Because if this was like my job and you know, that was the case, what does that say? Huge sponsors are preparing a big deal for our team. Rumor is that they want to market a new product. Check your manager tab. I don't see anything. Alright, well, what I want to do is talk with the sponsor. Yeah. Was that for a major tournament? What was that? Win a major tournament before the season ends. Oh, no. No, we want to do the league. We don't want to, has agreed to increase to 2,500. Cool. Cool. I don't know what we were at before. We may have just, like, literally done a circle, but who cares? It doesn't really matter at this point. Like, look how much money we have. Money literally doesn't matter. And our B team is now in Esports League 11. Okay? I don't know what they're doing, but they're really falling apart right now. And I don't know how to, like, do anything with them. Like, is there a button I'm supposed to be pushing to, like, help give them more money or improvements or what? I honestly have no idea. But they were in like Esports League 7 just a minute ago, and now they're in Esports League 11. I didn't even know there was an 11. Like, how high do these leagues go? Next thing I know, I'm going to check in, they're going to be Esports League like 25. I'm going to be like, what happened? You guys were like in 7 just a minute ago, and I was like, alright, you know, you guys are amateur level, you guys can get there. But now you're League 11. Next thing you know, they're League 25, 30. Who knows? Where does it end? We're doing really bad right now, though. Vagabond Pros. What's going on? Come on, boys. What's Cuddle Bear? Cuddle Bear, what's going on, man? 2-6. 2-6 is not what I expect out of you. You're a professional player. I don't expect a 3-7. I expect a 7-3 at the minimum. Right? I expect really well played. It's starting to even out a little bit, but that's because Hawkeye's stepping it up a little bit more. He's trying to put the team on his back here. Oh, man. Could this be the... You know, it's kind of a weird feeling, because it's like, man, I don't want to lose. Because, obviously, going 14-0 from here on out would be really cool, right? Because it's like, oh, yeah, you know, we are literally the best. But it also would be nice to lose, if that makes sense, because it would, like, mean that we're not that OP. Like, clearly, games are pretty close, so we're not, like, super OP, but we're pretty darn close at this point. This is the only team that's actually been able to really put up a fight in this entire league, which is really surprising since it's Esports League 2, like 2 leagues before Pro League. That's pretty high up when you think about it. But that's going to do it for the episode, guys. What are we at? What's our record? 11-0. We are 11-0 at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have a comment, question, or concern, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.